Chapter 1. The Translation Trap. Let me ask you something honestly. When you speak English, do you first think in your language and then translate? Be real with me. Does your brain go idea, native language, grammar check, English sentence, and then finally sound comes out? If that is you, I want you to relax right now because you are normal. Almost every learner from India, Europe, the United States, and everywhere else does this in the beginning. I remember a student who told me, "Teacher, I know English, but my mouth is slow." That sentence stayed with me because it was not her mouth that was slow, it was the translation machine in her head that was slowing everything down. And maybe that is happening to you too. Here is what usually happens inside your brain. First, you have an idea. It is fast, it is clear, it is emotional. Then you pause. You translate the idea into your native language words, then you try to convert those words into English. After that, you search for grammar. Is it past tense? Is it present perfect? Should I use a preposition? Then you finally speak, and because your brain is tired from doing 4 jobs at once, you speak slowly. When you speak slowly, you feel embarrassed. When you feel embarrassed, you lose confidence. And when confidence drops, fluency disappears. That delay is not small, it is emotional. It makes you feel like you are behind everyone else, even though you are not. Now think about children. A child does not wake up and say, "Let me translate my feelings into grammar." A child sees water and hears the word water. The child connects sound directly to meaning. No middle language, no grammar fear, no pressure to be perfect. When a child says, "Me want water," the child is not ashamed. The child communicates, and that is success. Over time, the sentence becomes, "I want water," but the connection was always direct. That is powerful. That is how the brain learns language naturally. And here is the exciting part. You can train your brain to do the same thing, even as an adult. But there is another layer. It is emotional. Many learners are not only translating, they are also afraid. Afraid of making mistakes, afraid of sounding silly, afraid that their accent will not sound American enough. Let me tell you something clearly. Mistakes are not proof that you are bad at English. Mistakes are proof that you are using English. If you never speak, you never make mistakes, but you also never grow. The fear of accent is especially strong. Some learners whisper because they think their pronunciation is wrong. Yet pronunciation improves only when you speak with energy, not when you hide. Let's work on something small but powerful. Say this phrase with me. I want, not I want, not I want. Listen carefully. In American English, it sounds like I want. The vowel is open and relaxed. Now link it naturally. I want to go. In fast American speech, it becomes I wanna go. Feel that connection. I wanna go. The T in want often softens when it connects to. Say it 3 times with rhythm. I wanna go. I wanna try. I wanna learn. Notice the stress. The stress is on want or go, not on every word. This rhythm helps your brain think in English because rhythm carries meaning. Now we are going to do a small guided thinking practice. Close your eyes for a moment. I am serious. Close them. Do not translate. Just think simple English words. Chair, phone, window, light, friend, coffee, morning. Do not allow your native language to enter. If it tries, gently push it away. Now think one short sentence. I am sitting. Good. Another one. I feel excited. Keep it simple. Your brain might resist at first because it is used to translating, but this is retraining. You are building a new pathway. You are not bad at English. I need you to hear that clearly. You were trained in school to translate. You were told grammar is everything. You were told mistakes are dangerous. So your brain built a system to protect you. That system is translation. But now we are upgrading it. We are creating a direct English system. It will not happen in one day, but it will happen if you practice thinking small, thinking fast, and thinking directly. And then imagine this. Next time someone asks you, How was your day? Instead of translating, you answer immediately. It was busy, but good. Simple, clear, natural, no fear. That is the goal. Not perfection, not fancy vocabulary, just clear, confident communication. And you can absolutely build this. In this training, we are not memorizing speeches. We are not chasing perfect grammar. We are training your brain to think in English first. Stay with me until the end of this program because each step builds on the last one. Today you understood the trap. That awareness alone changes everything. When you notice yourself translating, you will not panic. You will smile and say, "Ah, there it is." And then you will gently switch to direct thinking. That is power. That is control. That is fluency beginning. So here is your mission starting now. Catch yourself when you translate. Replace it with one small English thought. Do it 5 times today, then tomorrow do it 10 times. Your brain is flexible, it can change, and once it changes, your English will feel lighter, faster, and freer. You are not stuck, you are retraining, and that is exciting. Chapter 2: Direct Meaning Connection. Picture this right now. I say the word apple. What happens in your mind? Does your brain quickly show you a red apple, shiny, maybe sitting on a table? Or does your brain show you the word in your own language first and then after that the image? This tiny difference changes everything. If you see the apple directly, you are thinking in English. If you translate first, your brain is still using the old system. Today we are going to build something powerful. We are going to connect English words directly to images, feelings, and real life so that thinking becomes fast, natural, and automatic. Let's start very simple. I say apple. Do not say anything in your language. Do not whisper the translation. Just see it. See the color. Maybe it is red, maybe it is green, maybe you are holding it. That image is meaning. That image is English. English is not a list of translated words. English is sound connected to life. Try another one. Door. See a door. Is it wooden? Is it white? Is it open or closed? Feel how direct that is. No grammar, no fear, just connection. Now we build the speed. I am going to say words and I want you to react in your mind instantly. Ready? Water. See it. Maybe in a glass. Maybe in a bottle. Phone. See your phone. Family. See faces. Happy. Feel it. Tired. Feel your body heavy. Do you notice what we are doing? We are not building sentences yet, we are building direct pathways. Word to image, word to feeling, word to memory. This is how fluent thinkers operate. Many learners believe fluency comes from grammar study, but thinking speed actually comes from meaning connection. When you see a door and immediately think door instead of translating, your brain saves time. When someone says water and you instantly picture it, you are already responding in English. This is why listening improves when meaning is direct. The brain does not need to travel through another language, it stays in English. Let's try a guided imagery exercise. Close your eyes again, and this time I want you to silently describe your room in English. No grammar pressure, no long sentences, just words or short phrases. Bed, window, table, light, laptop. Maybe say in your mind, the window is open. Keep it simple. If your native language tries to enter, gently remove it and bring English back. This exercise is powerful because it trains you to live in English for small moments, and small moments grow into long conversations. Now let's talk pronunciation, because sound matters. When you connect meaning directly, pronunciation becomes clearer. Think about the word table. In American English, we stress the first syllable. T-A-bull. Say it with me. T-A-bull. Strong first syllable, softer second syllable. Not ta-bull, it is T-A-bull. Now window, window. Feel that first beat strong. Window and water. In American English, the T often sounds like a soft D, W-A-der. Try it, W-A-der. When you pronounce clearly and naturally, your brain trusts the word more. That trust builds confidence, and confidence builds speed. Now imagine this real-life moment. You wake up in the morning. Before you say anything in your own language, think in English. I wake up, I see the ceiling. I feel sleepy. I hear my phone. Keep it small. Keep it fast. You do not need perfect grammar. You need direct thought. Add one more layer. I feel excited today. I feel nervous. See how you are connecting English to your emotions. That is powerful because language is not only objects, it is feelings, reactions, and memories. Let's raise the energy. We are going into a speed round. I will say words fast and you react instantly. No translation allowed. Ready? Coffee, chair, music, rain, teacher, smile, laptop, street, friend, airplane, money, movie, city, school, morning, night, dream, food, shoes, car. If you hesitated, that is okay. This is training. The goal is not perfection. The goal is faster connection every time. Here is the key truth. Thinking fast is more important than perfect grammar. When you speak naturally, small grammar mistakes do not destroy communication, but slow thinking does. So we are building speed first. Grammar will improve naturally as you use the language more. Think about children again. They speak with mistakes, but they speak with confidence. Confidence attracts correction and growth. You are training your brain to trust English as a direct system. Every time you connect word to image without translation, you are strengthening a new neural pathway. It is like building a road. The more you use it, the smoother it becomes. Soon, the old translation road will feel slow and unnecessary. And that is when you will notice something amazing. You will start responding automatically. You will hear English and stay in English. So here is your challenge today. Choose 10 common words around you. Connect them directly to meaning. Do not translate. Then create 5 short sentences in your mind using only direct thinking. Keep it fast. Keep it simple. Keep it real. The more you practice this, the more natural English will feel. Stay with me because the next chapters will build on this foundation. Today you are not memorizing vocabulary, you are rewiring your brain, and that changes everything. Chapter 3. Micro Sentences. Stop trying to sound advanced for a second. Seriously, drop the pressure. If your brain freezes when you try to build long sentences, that is not because you are bad at English, it is because you are trying to run before you can walk fast. Big sentences create fear because they require grammar, structure, vocabulary, and confidence all at once. That is heavy, but small sentences are light. Small sentences move quickly, and speed creates fluency. Today, we are going to train your brain to think in short English bursts, and that is where real rhythm begins. Here is something important. When learners try to say a big idea, like yesterday I was going to the market because I needed to buy vegetables for dinner, their brain suddenly panics. It searches for tense, prepositions, word order, and correct pronunciation. Everything slows down. But if you start with micro-sentences, your brain relaxes. You say, yesterday was busy. Pause. I went out. Pause. I bought vegetables. Simple, clear, powerful. Fluency is not about length. It is about flow. Let's begin with 3-word sentences. These are small but strong. Say them with me and say them with energy. I am ready. It is cold. She is here. Keep your voice natural. In American English, we do not stress every word. We stress the important word. I am ready. It is cold. She is here. Feel that beat. English has rhythm, and rhythm makes thinking easier because your brain follows the pattern instead of fighting it. Now let's expand just a little. 4 words. I am very tired. It is really cold. He feels so happy. The difference between 3 words and 4 words is small, but your brain grows stronger. Notice the stress. I am very tired. It is really cold. The adverbs very and really are softer than the final adjective. Your voice goes down at the end. That falling tone shows confidence. Say it again. I am very tired. It is really cold. Keep it smooth. Keep it connected. We are going to do a guided speak along. I will give you a sentence. You pause, then repeat, then say it again naturally. Ready? I feel good. Pause. Repeat. Now say it with rhythm. I feel good. Next. This is easy. Pause. Repeat. Now natural speed. This is easy. Notice the tiny stress on this. That stress carries meaning. English is not flat. It moves up and down. That music helps your brain think faster because it organizes the thought. Let's talk about intonation for a second because it changes everything. Falling tone shows certainty. I am ready. Your voice goes down at ready. Rising tone shows a question. Are you ready? Your voice rises at the end. Try both. I am ready. Are you ready? Feel that difference. Intonation gives emotion. When you control tone, you feel more confident, and when you feel confident, your thinking speeds up automatically. Now it is time for a live thinking drill. Look around you right now. Do not translate, just look and speak 5 short sentences in your mind or out loud. The door is open. My phone is here. The room is quiet. I feel focused. The light is bright. Do it fast. No grammar checking, no editing. Just short bursts. If you hesitate, cut the sentence shorter. Instead of the light above me is shining brightly today, say the light is bright. That is enough. Communication first, perfection later. You might be thinking, but I want to speak long sentences. You will. But long sentences are built from small ones. When you stack micro-sentences together, they become natural paragraphs. For example, I am tired. It was a long day. I worked a lot. I need rest. That already sounds fluent because there is flow, there is rhythm, there is confidence. Fluency begins small and it grows through repetition. Here is the powerful truth. Your brain loves patterns. When you practice short, fast sentences every day, your brain begins to predict structure. It becomes automatic. You no longer search for every word, you respond. That response speed removes fear because fear often comes from silence. When you fill silence with small English thoughts, confidence grows. So here is your challenge. Today, speak in micro-sentences for 5 minutes. Describe your morning. Describe your feelings. Describe your room. Keep each sentence under 5 words if possible. Build speed. Build rhythm. Then tomorrow, connect 2 micro-sentences together. Keep building step by step. You do not need big vocabulary to sound fluent. You need fast, clear thoughts. And that starts with micro-sentences. Stay with me because the next chapter will take this rhythm and expand it into structured thinking. But remember this always. Fluency begins small, and small done consistently becomes powerful. Chapter 4. Think Your Morning. All right, let's build something real now. You do not need a textbook for this. You do not need advanced vocabulary. You already have everything you need because you wake up every single day. And that daily routine is the perfect training ground for thinking in English. If you can think through your morning clearly and confidently, you are building structured thought flow, and that flow becomes fluency. This is where things start to feel powerful. Let's begin with guided morning visualization. Close your eyes for a second and see your morning. I wake up. Keep it simple. I wake up. Say it in your mind. Feel it. Now continue. I check my phone. I brush my teeth. I wash my face. I get dressed. These are small, clear actions. Notice something important. You are not translating, you are just describing what you already know. That is the key. Fluency grows when English connects directly to your real life. Now let's add feelings, because life is not just actions, it is emotion. I wake up, and I feel sleepy. Say it. I feel sleepy. Maybe you feel tired. Maybe you feel excited. Maybe you feel stressed. Add it. I wake up and I feel tired. After my shower, I feel fresh. Notice how the sentence grows naturally. We are building structure step by step, and because it is about your life, your brain understands it immediately. Let's add time words to organize your thinking. Structure creates clarity, and clarity builds confidence. At 7 a.m., I wake up. After breakfast, I check my email. Before work, I drink coffee. These time markers are small but powerful. They guide your listener and they guide your brain. When you think in sequence, you do not freeze because your mind knows what comes next. First this, then that, after that, finally. That is structured thought flow. Now we add a little pronunciation coaching because natural American rhythm makes your thinking smoother. Listen to this reduction. I am going to often becomes I'm gonna. Say it with me. I'm gonna wake up early. Feel how smooth that is. I want to becomes I wanna. I wanna drink coffee. I have got to becomes I gotta leave soon. These reductions are not lazy English, they are natural spoken American English. When you use them correctly, your speech sounds relaxed and confident, and your brain starts thinking in rhythm instead of word by word. Let's build a full mini monologue together. I want you to listen first, then we will break it down. At 7 a.m., I wake up and I feel a little sleepy. I check my phone for a few minutes, but then I get up because I gotta start my day. I brush my teeth and wash my face, and after that, I feel more awake. I'm gonna make coffee, and while I drink it, I think about my plans. After breakfast, I get dressed, and I'm ready to go. That is a natural 1 to 2 minute morning story. It is not complicated, it is structured, clear, and confident. Now let's do guided pause practice. I will say a sentence slowly. You pause and repeat. At 7 a.m., I wake up. Pause. Repeat. After breakfast, I check my phone. Pause. Repeat. I'm gonna start my day. Pause. Repeat. Now say the whole thing at natural speed. At 7 a.m., I wake up and I feel sleepy. After breakfast, I check my phone and get dressed. I'm gonna start my day with energy. Feel the rhythm. Feel the stress on important words. Wake up. Check my phone. Start my day. English has music, and that music supports your thinking. Now it is your turn. Describe your real morning. Do not copy mine. Use your life. Maybe you wake up at 6 a.m. Maybe you pray. Maybe you exercise. Maybe you drive to work. Build it in order. Add one feeling. Add one time phrase. Keep going for at least 1 minute. If you get stuck, break the sentence smaller. I wake up. I feel tired. I drink coffee. Then continue. Small sentences connect into bigger ones naturally. This exercise is powerful because it trains your brain to move forward. Many learners freeze because they try to build a perfect long sentence before speaking. But when you think in sequence, your mind always has the next step. Wake up, brush teeth, drink coffee, get dressed, leave home. The structure supports you. It removes panic. And when panic disappears, confidence grows. Here is something exciting. Once you can think through your morning smoothly, you can apply the same structure to anything. Think your evening. Think your weekend. Think your vacation. The formula stays the same. Time words, actions, feelings, natural rhythm. Reduction where appropriate. Structured flow. This is not memorization. This is brain training. And I want you to feel proud here. If you can describe your morning in English clearly, you are already communicating real life. That is what language is for. Not for passing tests, not for impressing people with complex vocabulary. Language is for sharing your day, your thoughts, your feelings. So today, I challenge you. Practice your morning monologue twice. First, slow and clear, then natural speed. Record yourself if possible. Listen back, notice the rhythm, notice the clarity. Do not judge mistakes. Focus on flow, because flow is fluency in action. Stay with me because we are building layer by layer. You started with micro sentences. Now you have structured routine thinking. This is progress. This is real development. And it only gets stronger from here. Chapter 5. Emotional Thinking. Here is where your English starts to feel alive. Up to now, we have talked about objects, routines, structure, and rhythm. But real fluency is not only about what you do, it is about what you feel. If you can think emotionally in English, you stop sounding mechanical and you start sounding human. This chapter is powerful because emotions connect directly to meaning. When you feel something and label it instantly in English, you remove translation at a deep level. Let's begin with basic emotion vocabulary. Say these words out loud with energy. Happy, nervous, proud, embarrassed, excited. Do not translate them, feel them. When you say happy, think about a real moment when you smiled. When you say nervous, feel that tight energy in your chest. Proud should feel strong and lifted. Embarrassed feels warm in your face. Excited feels fast and bright. The key is not memorizing the word. The key is connecting the sound to the feeling directly. Many learners can translate emotions, but they cannot think them instantly. That is the difference. If someone asks you, "How do you feel?" and your brain pauses to translate nervous, confidence drops. But if you feel the emotion and the English word comes immediately, your response becomes natural. I feel nervous. I feel excited. I feel proud. Simple, clear, real. Now, let's put emotions into situations because emotions always live inside moments. Imagine you are before an interview. Your hands might feel cold. Your heart might beat faster. Say it in English. I feel nervous. I feel a little scared, but I also feel hopeful. That sentence is real. It is mixed emotion. That is natural speech. Now imagine you are on a first date. Maybe you feel excited and shy at the same time. Say it. I feel excited, but I am also nervous. Notice how you connect two emotions with but. That creates depth. Let's move to the airport. You are waiting for your flight. Maybe it is your first time traveling alone. I feel excited because I am traveling. I feel nervous because I do not want to miss my flight. These are not complicated sentences, but they are emotionally rich, and emotional richness makes your English powerful. Now let's talk about voice tone, because emotion lives in your voice. If you say, I am proud, with a flat tone, it sounds weak. But if you stress the important word, it becomes strong. I am proud. Feel the drop at the end. That falling tone shows confidence. Now try something softer. I feel a little nervous. The tone is gentle. The word nervous is softer. When you speak about feelings, your voice should match the emotion. Excited has more energy. Embarrassed is quieter. This connection between tone and meaning makes you sound natural. Let's expand sentences using simple structures. I feel nervous because I have an interview today. I was excited when I got the job offer. I felt embarrassed because I made a mistake. Notice the pattern: feeling plus reason. This structure allows you to express complex emotions clearly, and when you use because or when, your sentence grows smoothly without becoming heavy. Now, I want you to do guided reflection. Think about yesterday, not last year, not your childhood, just yesterday. What did you feel? In the morning, maybe you felt tired. In the afternoon, maybe you felt stressed. In the evening, maybe you felt relaxed. Say it in English. Yesterday, I felt tired in the morning because I slept late. In the afternoon, I felt stressed because I had work. In the evening, I felt relaxed when I watched TV. That is emotional storytelling. That is fluency in action. Here is something important. Do not judge your feelings. Do not search for perfect vocabulary. You do not need advanced words like overwhelmed or frustrated if you are not comfortable yet. Start simple. Happy, sad, nervous, excited, angry, calm. These words are strong because they are clear. Clarity is always more important than complexity. Let me show you how emotional thinking removes translation. Imagine someone asks, "How was your day?" Instead of translating a long explanation, you respond instantly. "It was stressful, but I feel proud because I finished my work." That sentence flows because you connected emotion directly to experience. Your brain stayed in English. Now raise the energy. Say these with me and match the tone. I feel excited. I feel nervous. I feel proud. I feel embarrassed. Change the volume slightly with each emotion. Feel the difference. This is not acting. This is communication. And when your voice carries feeling, listeners understand you better. You might notice something beautiful happening. When you think emotionally in English, you begin to experience moments in English. That is transformation. You are not translating life, you are living in the language. That shift is powerful because it builds identity. You start to feel like someone who speaks English naturally. So here is your challenge today. Choose 3 moments from your day. Describe the action and the emotion together. Keep it simple, but keep it real. Speak it out loud if possible. Feel the words. Let them connect directly to your experience. This is not about memorizing emotional vocabulary. It is about training your brain to respond emotionally in English. And when you can do that, your fluency moves from technical to human, from slow to alive. Stay with this practice. The more you connect feeling to English sound, the faster your thinking becomes. And fast, emotional thinking is real fluency. Chapter 6. Speed without fear. Let's shake things up right now. If you wait too long before speaking, your confidence drops. If you overthink every word, your energy disappears. And if you believe you must be perfect before you open your mouth, you will always feel one step behind. So today we are training something bold. We are training speed without fear. Not crazy speed, not rushing, but fast thinking that builds smooth speaking. This is where fluency begins to feel powerful. Speed matters because thinking speed builds speaking speed. When someone asks you a question and you respond quickly, even with a simple sentence, you feel strong. But when your brain pauses and searches and edits and corrects before you speak, that silence creates panic. Panic creates more hesitation, and hesitation makes you feel like you are not ready. The truth is this: your brain can think faster than you believe. It just needs permission. We are going to start with a 10-second thinking drill. I will give you a topic. You speak immediately. No preparation, no translation, no editing. Ready. Topic 1. Coffee. Start speaking in your mind or out loud. I like coffee. I drink it every morning. It helps me wake up. That is enough. Stop. Topic 2. Rain. Speak. I enjoy rain. The sound is relaxing. Sometimes I feel calm when it rains. Keep going. Topic 3. Weekends. Speak immediately. Do not plan, just go. This exercise trains your brain to respond instead of freeze. Here is the rule: no stopping. If you make a mistake, keep going. Do not rewind, do not apologize, do not correct yourself in the middle. Communication is forward movement. Imagine you say, "Yesterday I go to work." Instead of stopping to fix it, continue. "I go to work and it was busy." Later you can adjust grammar, but in the moment, flow is more important than perfection. The goal is to reduce hesitation, not to impress anyone with flawless structure. Now let's talk about American rhythm, because rhythm helps speed. In American English, we stress content words. These are nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs. Small words like a, the, to, and of are reduced. Listen to this sentence: I went to the store this morning. The stress is on went, store, and morning. The small words are softer. I went to the store this morning. Try it. Feel the beat. That rhythm makes your speech smoother because your brain does not need to give equal energy to every word. It focuses on meaning words. Let's practice reduction quickly. Instead of saying every word equally, let it flow. I want to go becomes I wanna go. I have to finish becomes I have to finish in fast speech. We are not being lazy, we are being natural. When you reduce small words, your speech speeds up naturally, and your thinking follows that rhythm. Now we do a flow exercise. Describe your city quickly. Do not search for perfect vocabulary. Just speak. My city is busy. There are many cars. People work hard. The weather is hot in summer. I like the food. Keep going. If you run out of ideas, describe something simple. The streets are crowded. The markets are colorful. The parks are small but nice. Speed is the focus, not complexity. You might feel uncomfortable at first. That is normal. Speed training feels risky because you are not controlling every detail, but that risk builds resilience. The more you practice speaking fast without fear, the more your brain understands that mistakes are not dangerous. They are part of growth. And once your brain stops fearing mistakes, your hesitation reduces automatically. Here is something important. Fast thinking does not mean careless thinking. It means confident thinking. You still communicate clearly. You still choose simple words, but you move forward instead of freezing. If you ever feel stuck, shorten the sentence. Instead of trying to explain everything, say one clear idea and continue. Small sentences build flow. Let's raise the challenge. I will give you 3 quick topics: family, travel, music. 10 seconds each. Go. Speak immediately. Feel that energy. Feel how your brain moves faster each time. That is progress. Even if your grammar is not perfect, your fluency is growing. Now breathe for a second and notice something. You survived. You spoke quickly. You did not fall apart. That is the psychological shift we want. Speed without fear, flow without panic, imperfection without shame. This skill changes conversations completely. When someone asks, "What do you think?" you respond right away, "I think it is a good idea. Maybe we should try it." That fast response builds respect. It builds confidence. It builds presence. So here is your mission today. Do 3 10-second drills. Choose random topics around you. Speak immediately. No stopping, no translating. Focus on stressed words and reduce small words. Let rhythm guide you. Fluency is not about speaking perfectly, it is about speaking freely. And freedom begins when fear disappears. Speed without fear is your next level. Chapter 7. Picture to Speech. Boom. This is where your brain starts reacting like a real speaker. No scripts, no preparation. Just image to English, instantly. In real conversations, people do not give you time to prepare a perfect sentence. They show you something, they tell you something, and you respond. So today we are training spontaneous thinking using pictures. When you see something and your brain immediately forms English thoughts, you are thinking naturally. Let's imagine the first scene, a coffee shop. Picture it clearly. There are tables, maybe soft music is playing, someone is standing in line. Do not translate. Just describe what you see in English. There is a barista. People are talking. A woman is working on her laptop. Keep going. The more details you notice, the faster your brain reacts. Now ask yourself questions about the scene. Who is there? What are they doing? Why are they there? Questions push your brain to think deeper. You might say, "There is a man near the window. He is drinking coffee. He looks relaxed." What are they doing? Two friends are talking and laughing. Asking questions keeps your thoughts moving forward. Let's shift to another image. A park. See green trees, children running, maybe a dog playing with a ball. Speak immediately. There are kids playing, a dog is running, a woman is sitting on a bench. Now add emotion or detail. The weather looks nice. The children seem happy. Notice how quickly your brain is forming sentences when you focus on the image instead of grammar rules. Now imagine an airport. This is powerful because airports have action. People are walking fast. Some are waiting. Some look stressed. Start speaking. There are many travelers. A family is checking in. A man is looking at the screen. Ask questions. Who is in a hurry? Why does she look tired? Maybe she had a long flight. That word maybe adds prediction. It shows natural thinking. Adding predictions is a huge fluency skill. Instead of only describing what you see, you imagine what could be happening. Maybe he is waiting for someone. Maybe she missed her flight. Maybe they are going on vacation. These guesses create spontaneous language. They train your brain to think creatively in English, and creativity removes hesitation. Now let's do a quick pronunciation focus, because speed must stay smooth. Listen carefully to linking in American English. When we say, "What are they doing?" it often sounds like, "What are they doing?" The T connects to R. Try it slowly first. What are? Now faster. What are? Feel that connection. It is not separate words. It flows. Another example is there is. In natural speech, it becomes there's a man waiting. There's a dog running. Linking makes your speech faster and more connected. When you connect words smoothly, your brain also thinks more smoothly. If you pronounce every word separately, your speech feels robotic and slow. But when you link naturally, your speech sounds alive. That liveliness builds confidence, and confidence increases speed. Now we move to a live thinking round. I want you to imagine a scene for 30 seconds and speak without stopping. First scene. A busy street at night. Go. Describe lights, cars, people, sounds. Keep moving. If you hesitate, shorten the sentence and continue. Next scene. A classroom. Who is there? What is happening? How does the teacher feel? How do the students look? Keep speaking. Third scene. A beach. Describe the water, the sky, the people, the mood. Do not edit yourself, just go. This exercise trains reaction speed. In real conversations, someone might say, "I went to the park yesterday." Immediately, your brain forms a picture. Then you respond, "Oh, really? What did you do there?" That fast question comes from visual thinking. You are not translating. You are reacting to a mental image. Here is something important. If you feel stuck, focus on basic structure. There is, there are, he is, she is, they are. These simple frames allow you to build sentences quickly. There is a man standing near the door. There are people sitting outside. He is talking on the phone. Keep it simple and speed will grow. You might notice that your sentences become longer naturally. First you say, "There is a woman." Then you add, "She is drinking coffee." Then you add, "She looks tired because she is working on her laptop." That growth happens because you are building from visual information. It feels natural, not forced. This skill makes conversations easier because your brain learns to react to context. When someone describes their day, you imagine it. When someone shares a story, you see it. Then you respond instantly. That is spontaneous thinking. So here is your practice today. Choose 3 random images from your phone or internet. Look at each image for 30 seconds and speak continuously. Do not translate. Do not stop. Use linking like what are and theirs. Add predictions with maybe. Build the habit. Picture to speech is one of the fastest ways to train real fluency because images are universal. They bypass translation and connect directly to meaning. The more you practice this, the faster your English reactions become. Stay with this training because the next chapters will combine speed, emotion, and structure into real conversation power. You are building layers, and every layer makes you stronger. Chapter 8. Real Conversations. Now we step into the real world. Thinking alone is powerful, but conversation is a different game. When someone else is speaking, your brain must listen, understand, think, and respond almost at the same time. That pressure can feel intense, especially if you are worried about grammar or accent. But here is the truth. Conversation is not about perfect sentences. It is about connection, timing, and reaction. And today we train that skill directly. Conversations feel hard for two main reasons. First, listening pressure. When someone speaks quickly, your brain tries to catch every word. If you miss one word, panic begins. Second, fear of silence. You think, if I do not respond immediately, they will judge me. That fear makes your mind freeze. But strong conversational thinkers do something different. They do not try to understand every single word. They listen for meaning and they respond naturally. Let's train quick responses first. These are small but powerful. When someone says something, you do not need a long sentence immediately. You can say, "Really? Try it." "Really?" Notice the rising tone at the end. Your voice goes up. That rising tone shows interest. Now try, "That's interesting." Stress interesting slightly. "That's interesting." Another one. "Oh wow." Feel the emotion. "Oh wow." These short reactions give you time to think. They keep the conversation alive while your brain prepares the next sentence. Here is why this works. When someone says, "I just got a new job," you can say, "Really? That's interesting. What kind of job?" You see what happened there? You reacted quickly. Then you asked a question. That question gives you control. It shifts the focus back to them, and it gives your brain more time to think. Conversation becomes smoother because you are not silent. Now let's build follow-up questions. These are your secret weapons. Why, how, when, where, what. These simple words open doors. If someone says, "I traveled last week," you can ask, "Where did you go?" Rising tone at the end. "Where did you go?" Notice how your voice lifts slightly. That rising intonation signals a question in American English. If someone says, "I started learning guitar," you can ask, "Why did you choose guitar?" Again, stress the important word. Why did you choose guitar? Let's practice rhythm in questions. In American English, we stress content words, even in questions. Where did you go? Stress did and go slightly. The small words are softer. How did you do it? Feel the beat. That rhythm makes your speech sound natural and confident. And when your voice moves naturally, your brain relaxes. Now we move into role play practice because conversation skills grow through simulation. Imagine you are ordering coffee. The barista says, "Hi, what can I get for you?" You respond immediately, "Hi, can I get a medium coffee?" Notice the natural reduction. Can I get sounds smooth and connected? The barista asks, anything else? You say, no, that's it, thanks. Simple, clear, quick. You did not freeze because you kept it short and direct. Let's try meeting someone new. They say, hi, I'm Alex. You respond, hi, Alex, I'm Sam. Nice to meet you. Stress meets slightly. Nice to meet you. They say, where are you from? You answer, I'm from Chicago. Falling tone at Chicago because it is a statement. Then you ask, what about you? That short question keeps the conversation flowing. You are thinking while listening. You are reacting while processing. Here is something powerful. When you stop focusing on perfect grammar and start focusing on timing, conversation becomes lighter. Timing means responding within 1 or 2 seconds, even with small words. You do not need to give long explanations. You need to show engagement. Really? Oh, wow. That sounds great. These reactions are natural in American English. Let's push this further. I will give you a mini dialogue in your mind. Someone says, I had a busy weekend. You respond quickly. Oh, yeah? What did you do? They answer, I visited my family. You react. That's nice. How was it? You see the pattern. Reaction plus question. Reaction plus question. That rhythm keeps the dialogue alive and prevents awkward silence. Now I want you to imagine a real conversation you might have this week. Maybe with a coworker, maybe with a friend. Practice 3 quick reactions and 3 follow-up questions. Say them out loud. Train your timing. Train your intonation. The goal is not long speeches. The goal is natural back and forth movement. Remember, conversation is like tennis. You hit the ball, they hit it back. If you hold the ball too long, the game stops. Quick reactions keep the ball moving, and when the ball keeps moving, confidence grows. Here is your challenge. Today, in one real conversation, focus only on reaction speed. Do not worry about complex sentences. Use quick responses. Ask simple questions. Listen for meaning, not perfection. Notice how the conversation feels smoother when you respond naturally. You are no longer just thinking alone. You are thinking while listening. That is a higher level skill, and you are building it step by step. Stay with this training because the next chapters will deepen rhythm and confidence even more. But right now, celebrate this. You are stepping into real conversation power. Chapter 9: Accent and Flow. Feel the music of English for a moment. Not the vocabulary, not the grammar. The music. Because American English is not spoken word by word. It moves in waves. It has rhythm. It has stress. It has reduction. And when you begin to think in that rhythm, your speech becomes smoother automatically. This is where thinking and pronunciation connect. When your internal rhythm matches natural American flow, your confidence rises immediately. Let's start with thought groups. Thought groups are chunks of meaning. Instead of speaking in long, unbroken sentences, we group words together. Listen to this sentence. I went to the store this morning because I needed milk. If you say it without thought groups, it sounds robotic. But if you chunk it, it becomes natural. I went to the store this morning because I needed milk. Hear the small pauses. They are not long pauses. They are natural breaks between ideas. Your brain thinks in chunks, so your speech should move in chunks too. Try this one. I woke up early and I felt tired but I kept going. Feel the grouping. Each chunk carries meaning. When you think in thought groups, you do not panic about long sentences because you are only focusing on one chunk at a time. That changes everything. Instead of trying to control 10 words at once, you control 3 or 4. Your brain relaxes and flow begins. Now let's talk about stress patterns, because stress gives energy to English. American English is stress-timed. That means some words are strong and others are weak. Say this sentence: I want to go. Stress want and go. Let want and go carry the energy. The words I and to are softer. I want to go. Feel that rhythm. Now try this. I don't know. Stress don't. I don't know. The word know drops slightly at the end. When you stress correctly, listeners understand you faster and your speech sounds confident even if your vocabulary is simple. Here is something powerful. Stress patterns guide thinking. When you stress content words, your brain automatically focuses on meaning instead of grammar. That reduces hesitation. Instead of thinking about every small word, you think about the important words. Want, go, don't, know. That clarity speeds up thought. Now we move into reduction practice, because natural American English reduces small words. Gonna, wanna, kinda. These are not slang mistakes. They are natural spoken forms. I am going to try often becomes I'm gonna try. Say it with rhythm. I'm gonna try. Notice the stress on try. The word gonna is quick and light. Now I want to learn becomes I wanna learn. I wanna learn. Feel the smooth connection. And kind of becomes kinda. It's kinda hard. The stress is on hard, not kinda. Reduction is important because it keeps speech flowing. If you pronounce every word fully and equally, your speech sounds stiff. But when you reduce small words and stress important ones, your speech sounds alive. And when your speech sounds alive, your brain begins to think in that pattern automatically. Now let's practice linking. In American English, words connect. It's a good idea often sounds like it's a good idea. The S connects to A. Try it. It's a good idea. Smooth. Connected. Another one. I'll ask her becomes I'll ask her. The L flows into ask. I'll ask her. When you link naturally, there are no hard stops between words. That smoothness makes your speech faster without sounding rushed. Let's combine thought groups, stress, reduction, and linking into a guided speak along. Listen first. I'm gonna wake up early because I want to go to the gym. It's a good idea and I don't want to miss it. Hear the chunks, hear the stress, hear the reductions. Now say it slowly with me. I'm gonna wake up early because I want to go to the gym. It's a good idea and I don't want to miss it. Now say it at natural speed. Feel the rhythm, feel the energy. Notice how different that feels compared to flat speech. It has movement, it has confidence. And that confidence is not about sounding like a native speaker, it is about sounding clear and natural. Here is your next challenge. Take a simple sentence from your daily life. Maybe I need to finish my work today. Chunk it. I need to finish my work today. Stress need. Finish, work, today. Reduce to. I need to finish my work today. Now try a longer one. I'm gonna call my friend after dinner because I don't have time right now. Break it into groups. I'm gonna call my friend after dinner because I don't have time right now. Speak it with rhythm. When you train rhythm, your thinking follows that rhythm. Instead of searching for words randomly, your brain organizes ideas in chunks. Instead of speaking slowly and carefully, you move smoothly and confidently. Accent and flow are not about copying someone else's voice, they are about understanding how English naturally moves. When you align with that movement, you feel lighter, you feel stronger, you feel more fluent. Stay with this practice. Repeat your guided speak along twice today. Focus on thought groups. Focus on stress. Reduce small words naturally. Link smoothly. Let your speech flow. Because when your speech flows, your thinking flows. And when your thinking flows, your confidence rises. Chapter 10. The 5-Minute Thinking Habit. Here is the moment where everything becomes real. You can watch videos, you can practice with me, you can feel motivated right now, but if you do not build a daily habit, your brain will slowly return to old patterns. Fluency is not built in one long session. It is built in small daily repetitions. And that is exciting because small daily effort is something you can control. Today we are creating a 5-minute thinking habit that will train your brain consistently and powerfully. Let's talk about something important first. Consistency beats intensity every single time. Many learners study English for 2 hours one day and then nothing for 5 days. That pattern does not train your brain. Your brain loves repetition. It loves daily signals that say, English is important. 5 minutes every day is stronger than 1 hour once a week. 5 minutes daily creates neural pathways. It creates comfort. It creates identity. Now I am going to give you a clear 5-minute structure. This is simple, but it is powerful if you follow it. 1 minute for images. 1 minute for emotions. 1 minute for routine. 1 minute for conversation. 1 minute for free talk. That is it. 5 focused minutes. Minute 1 is images. Look around you or imagine something simple. A room, a street, a coffee shop. Speak in short sentences. There is a table. The window is open. A man is walking. Keep it fast and direct. No translation. This builds instant reaction. Minute 2 is emotions. Think about how you feel right now. I feel tired. I feel motivated. I feel nervous about tomorrow. Add a reason if you can. I feel excited because I have a new opportunity. This trains emotional thinking in English so that your speech sounds human and real. Minute 3 is routine. Describe something you did today or will do later. I woke up at 7. I went to work. I am gonna cook dinner tonight. Use reductions naturally. I'm gonna relax later. This builds structured thinking flow. Minute 4 is conversation practice. Imagine someone asks you a question. What did you do today? You answer quickly. I worked, and then I met a friend. Then imagine their follow-up. Really? Where did you go? Answer it. We went to a cafe. This trains thinking while listening, even if you are alone. Minute 5 is free talk. Choose any topic and speak continuously. My city, my goals, my weekend. Do not stop. Do not correct yourself. Keep the flow. If you hesitate, shorten the sentence and continue. The goal is forward movement, not perfection. Now here is the powerful part. Record your voice once a week. Not every day, just once a week. Speak for 1 minute about your day. Save the recording. After 4 weeks, listen to the first one again. You will hear progress. Maybe your rhythm improved. Maybe your speed increased. Maybe your confidence is stronger. That measurable progress builds motivation because you see proof. Many learners quit because they do not see change immediately. But fluency is invisible at first. It grows quietly. Then suddenly, you notice you respond faster. You understand more. You hesitate less. That is why tracking your voice matters. It shows you that small effort creates real results. Now I want to give you a message that you must remember. You do not need perfect English. Perfect English is not the goal. You need clear English. Clear English communicates meaning. You need brave English. Brave English speaks even when it is not flawless. Brave English grows every day. If you build this 5-minute habit, your brain will start expecting English. It will feel normal. You will begin to think small thoughts in English automatically during the day. You might notice yourself describing something silently in English without trying. That is habit. That is transformation. Energy matters here. When you practice, do not whisper like you are hiding. Speak with confidence. Even if you are alone, even if you feel silly, your brain connects energy with importance. If you speak clearly and confidently, your brain understands that this skill matters. So here is your commitment. 5 minutes every day. Images, emotions, routine, conversation, free talk. Record weekly. Measure growth. Repeat. Stay with this training until the end because what comes next will integrate everything into advanced thinking and real-life survival fluency. But none of it works without daily practice. You are not chasing perfection. You are building discipline. And discipline creates freedom. The freedom to speak clearly, the freedom to respond quickly, the freedom to live in English without fear. 5 minutes a day can change your fluency path completely. And you can start today. Chapter 11. Story Flow Builder. This is where your English becomes powerful. Not just clear, not just correct, powerful. Because when you can tell a story smoothly, people listen. They stay with you. They understand you. And most importantly, you do not freeze. Stories remove panic because stories have structure. Your brain already knows how to tell stories in your own language. Now we are simply transferring that natural skill into English. Humans think in stories. Think about it. When someone asks, "How was your day?" you do not answer with random words. You say what happened first, then what happened next, and then how it ended. That is story structure. Stories organize memory, and when memory is organized, your brain does not panic. It moves forward step by step. This is why storytelling builds fluency faster than random speaking practice. When learners feel a mental blank moment, it is usually because they do not know what comes next. But stories solve that problem. Stories always move forward. Something happened, then something changed, then something finished. That movement eliminates hesitation because your brain is not searching for random ideas, it is following a path. Now I am going to give you a 5-step story formula that will change everything for you. Step 1. Where were you? Step 2. What happened first? Step 3. What happened next? Step 4, what changed? Step 5, how did you feel? That is it. 5 steps, simple, clear, powerful. Let's break this down. Where were you? This sets the scene. I was at work. I was at home. I was at the gym. Keep it short. This gives your listener context. Step 2. What happened first? First, I had a meeting. First, I woke up late. Step 3. What happened next? Then, my boss asked me a question. Then, I missed the bus. Step 4. What changed? Suddenly, something unexpected happened. The meeting was cancelled. A friend helped me. Step 5. How did you feel? I felt nervous. I felt relieved. I felt proud. Now let's practice together. Tell a short story about yesterday. I will guide you slowly first. Where were you? Yesterday I was at work. Pause, repeat. What happened first? First, I checked my emails. Pause, repeat. What happened next? Then, I had a long meeting. Pause, repeat. What changed? After that, my manager gave me good news. Pause, repeat. How did you feel? Finally, I felt excited and proud. You see how structured that is? There is no panic, because the brain knows the next step. Now let's add sequence words because sequence words create flow. First, then, after that, finally. These words are small but powerful. They guide your thinking and your listener. Try this. Yesterday, I was at home. First, I cleaned my room. Then, I cooked dinner. After that, I watched a movie. Finally, I went to bed. That sounds natural and organized. Now we are going to add American rhythm coaching because storytelling must sound smooth. In American English, we stress keywords, listen carefully. Yesterday, I was at home. First, I cleaned my room. Then, I cooked dinner. After that, I watched a movie. Finally, I went to bed. The stress falls on the main verbs and important nouns. Small words like at, I, my, and to are softer. When you stress keywords and reduce function words, your story sounds confident. Let's practice reduction naturally inside a story. I was going to call my friend becomes I was gonna call my friend. I want to tell you becomes I want to tell you. Notice how the reductions make the story flow faster. They sound natural in American English and they support thinking rhythm. Now we move into speak-along practice. Listen to the slow version first. Yesterday, I was at work. First, I had a meeting with my team. Then, we discussed a new project. After that, my manager gave me feedback. Finally, I finished my tasks and went home. I felt tired but proud. Say it slowly with me. Focus on thought groups. Yesterday, I was at work. First, I had a meeting with my team. Then, we discussed a new project. After that, my manager gave me feedback. Finally, I finished my tasks and went home. I felt tired but proud. Now say it at natural speed. Feel the rhythm. Stress important words. Reduce small ones. Let it flow naturally. Notice how your voice moves smoothly when you follow structure. Now it is your turn. Choose a real story from yesterday or last week. Use the 5-step formula. Where were you? What happened first? What happened next? What changed? How did you feel? Speak for at least 1 minute. Do not stop. If you hesitate, move to the next step. Structure protects you from mental blanks. Storytelling is powerful because it trains long speaking without panic. It builds organization. It builds rhythm. It builds emotional connection. And when you can speak longer without freezing, your confidence rises dramatically. Stay engaged because this is a turning point. You are no longer just reacting in small sentences. You are building full, organized thoughts. And when you can control story flow, you can control conversations, presentations, and interviews. Practice this daily with short stories. Keep it structured. Keep it simple. Keep it confident. The more you use this formula, the more natural it becomes. You are building fluency step by step, and this step is a big one. Chapter 12. Travel Survival. Thinking. Imagine this. You are standing in a busy airport. People are moving fast. Announcements are playing. Your heart beats a little quicker because everything feels urgent. In that moment, you do not have time to translate. You do not have time to build perfect grammar. You need instant English thinking. That is what this chapter is about. Travel situations train real pressure fluency, and when you can think clearly in these moments, your confidence rises to a whole new level. Let's begin with an airport thinking drill. Picture yourself at the check-in counter. The agent looks at you and smiles. What do you say immediately? I need to check in. Say it clearly. I need to check in. Stress need and in slightly. Keep small words softer. Now imagine you are looking for your gate. Where is gate 12? Rising intonation at the end because it is a question. Where is gate 12? Let your voice lift gently. Now imagine you are confused. Can you help me? Stress help. Can you help me? That polite request keeps communication smooth. Notice something important. These sentences are short. They are clear. Under pressure, short is powerful. Long explanations slow you down. Simple requests move you forward. This is survival thinking. Direct, focused, calm but strong. Now shift to a hotel situation. You arrive at the front desk. You say, I have a reservation. Stress reservation naturally on the third syllable. Reservation. Keep your voice steady. If there is a problem, you must respond clearly. The room is too cold. That is simple. That is direct. Could you fix this? Notice the polite form. Could you fix this? Stress fix slightly. When you use could instead of can, your tone sounds softer and more respectful. Politeness, tone matters in American English. It is not only about words. It is about music in your voice. When asking for help, use rising intonation gently. Could you help me? Keep the volume slightly softer than a strong statement. This shows respect and calm confidence. When you say please, stress it lightly but clearly. Please stop here. The word please carries politeness energy. Now imagine you are in a taxi. You sit down and the driver asks, where to? You respond quickly. Please take me to the airport. Keep it short. If you need to ask a question, say, how much is the fare? Rising tone at fare. Stress fare slightly. How much is the I? That stress makes your question clear. Now we practice fast response training because travel requires quick reactions. I will give you a situation and you respond immediately. You arrive late at the airport. What do you say? I need help. My flight is soon. Good. You check into the hotel and your key does not work. What do you say? Excuse me, my key does not work. Could you check it? Keep going. You are in a taxi and you see your destination. What do you say? Please stop here. That is enough. Feel how your brain is moving quickly. That is the goal. Think under pressure. Short sentences. Clear stress. Polite tone. Let's combine rhythm coaching here. Listen carefully. I need to check in. Where is gate 12? Can you help me? Stress content words. Reduce small words. Let them flow. I need to check in. Not every word strong, just the important ones. This rhythm makes you sound confident even in busy environments. Now let's build a short role play. Imagine I am the airport agent. I say, "May I see your passport?" You respond, "Sure, here it is." I say, "Do you have any luggage?" You answer, "Yes, I have one bag." Notice how direct and clear that is. No long explanations. Short and confident. Now hotel roleplay. I say, "Welcome. How can I help you?" You respond immediately, "I have a reservation under my name." I say, "Is everything okay with your room?" You answer, "The room is too cold. Could you fix this?" Feel that calm tone. Feel that control. Travel situations feel stressful because there is time pressure. But here is the truth. When your sentences are simple and your tone is polite, you are already strong. Fluency under pressure is not about fancy vocabulary. It is about clarity and timing. Here is your challenge. Practice 3 travel scenarios out loud today. Airport, hotel, taxi. Keep responses under 7 words when possible. Use polite tone. Use rising intonation for questions. Stress keywords. Record yourself and listen. Notice your rhythm. Notice your speed. When you can think instantly in travel situations, you can think anywhere. Pressure builds strength, and strength builds confidence. Stay with this training, because each scenario you master removes fear from real-life communication. You are not just learning English, you are preparing for real moments. Chapter 13. Interview Confidence Mode. This is the moment where your English meets real opportunity. An interview is not just a conversation. It is pressure. It is evaluation. It is possibility. And if your thinking becomes slow under stress, your confidence drops fast. But here is the exciting part. Interview fluency is trainable. When you learn how to structure your thoughts clearly, you remove panic. And when panic disappears, confidence rises naturally. Let's begin with common questions, because fear often comes from uncertainty. The first one you almost always hear is, "Tell me about yourself." This question feels big, and many learners freeze because they do not know where to start. The second question might be, "Why do you want this job?" And then, "What are your strengths?" These questions are not random. They follow patterns. And when you understand the pattern, your brain feels prepared instead of stressed. Now I am going to give you a simple answer structure formula that works beautifully. Short intro. Example. Result. That is it. 3 steps. Clear and powerful. When someone says, "Tell me about yourself," You begin with a short intro. I am a marketing student with 2 years of experience in digital campaigns. That is your intro. Then give one example. Last year, I worked on a project where I helped increase social media engagement. Finally, give the result. As a result, our online traffic grew by 20%. That structure keeps your answer organized and confident. Let's apply it to the second question. Why do you want this job? Short intro. I am interested in this position because I enjoy working with people and solving problems. Example. In my previous role, I worked closely with customers and improved communication. Result. That experience helped me develop strong teamwork skills. Notice how the structure guides you. You are not searching for ideas. You are following a path. Now let's train thinking under stress with a 30-second answer drill. I will give you a question and you answer immediately using the 3-step structure. Question. What are your strengths? Start now. Short intro. One of my strengths is organization. Example. In my last job, I managed multiple tasks at the same time. Result. Because of that, I always met deadlines. Keep it simple. Keep it structured. 30 seconds is enough. Here is another one. Tell me about a challenge you faced. Short intro. I once faced a tight deadline at work. Example. My team had only 2 days to finish a project. Result. We organized our tasks clearly and we completed the project successfully. Notice how the structure prevents mental blanks. Your brain moves step by step. Now let's talk accent coaching, because delivery matters. In American English, strong stress on keywords shows confidence. Listen carefully. I have 2 years of experience. Stress have years experience. Let small words be softer. When you finish a sentence, use a confident falling tone. I completed the project successfully. The voice goes down at successfully. That falling tone signals certainty and control. Avoid rising tone in statements because rising tone can sound unsure. Instead of saying, I worked on a project, with your voice rising, let it fall naturally. I worked on a project. Confident and steady. Your tone communicates as much as your words. Now here is something powerful. Psychological reset. Many learners think an interview is judgment. They imagine the interviewer is looking for mistakes. But that mindset creates fear. Instead, change your thinking. You are not being judged. You are sharing value. You are explaining what you can bring to the company. That shift changes your energy completely. When you think, I must not make mistakes, your voice tightens. But when you think, I have value to share, your tone becomes open and confident. That confidence is felt by the listener. Remember, interviews are conversations with structure. They are not exams. Let's do one more guided practice. Question. Why should we hire you? Short intro. I am reliable and hardworking. Example. In my previous position, I consistently completed tasks on time. Result. Because of that, my manager trusted me with bigger responsibilities. Speak it with strong stress on reliable, hardworking, completed, trusted. Let your voice fall at the end of each sentence. Now imagine the interview room. Take a breath. Sit straight. Smile slightly. When you answer, do not rush. Speak in thought groups. I am a marketing student with 2 years of experience. First group, then pause slightly. In my last role, I worked on digital campaigns. This chunking makes you sound organized and calm. Here is your practice plan. Choose 3 common interview questions. Use the short intro, example, result formula. Practice each answer 3 times. First slowly, then naturally, then confidently. Record yourself. Listen for stress and tone. Adjust slightly. You are not aiming for perfect English. You are aiming for clear, structured, confident communication. That is what employers notice. They notice clarity. They notice confidence. They notice organization. Stay with this training because interview fluency is not magic. It is preparation plus structure plus mindset, and you now have all 3. Chapter 14, Thinking While Listening. Something interesting happens in real conversations. You are listening, and suddenly your brain slows down. The other person keeps talking, but inside your head, translation begins. You try to understand every word, you try to prepare a perfect answer, and then there is silence. That silence feels heavy. You feel pressure, and sometimes you freeze completely. Today we are breaking that pattern. Today you learn how to think in English while hearing English, so your response becomes faster and your conversation flows naturally. Let's talk about why we freeze. It is not because you are bad at English, it is because your brain is doing too much. You are listening, translating, analyzing grammar, and preparing an answer at the same time. That overload creates hesitation. Instead of catching meaning directly, your brain travels through your native language first. That extra step slows everything down. But here is the good news. You do not need to understand every word to respond effectively. The first skill we train is active listening. Active listening means you catch keywords, not every word. Imagine someone says, "I had a really stressful week because I was preparing for a presentation." You do not need to focus on every single word. Catch stressful week and presentation. Those are the keywords. From those words you can respond. Oh wow, that sounds stressful. How did the presentation go? You reacted quickly because you focused on meaning words. Let's practice this. I will say a sentence in your mind. I moved to a new apartment last month and I am still unpacking. Catch moved, new apartment, unpacking. Now respond quickly. That makes sense. Moving takes time. Or say, I see what you mean. Unpacking can be exhausting. See how simple that is. You did not translate everything, you caught meaning and reacted. Now we build your quick response bank. These short phrases are powerful because they fill silence and give your brain time to think. Say them with me. That makes sense. Stress sense slightly. That makes sense. I agree. Keep it smooth. I see what you mean. Stress mean gently. I see what you mean. These reactions show engagement. They keep conversation alive while your mind prepares the next thought. Let's connect rhythm here. In American English, small words are softer. That makes sense. Stress makes and sense. I see what you mean. Stress see and mean. The music of your voice communicates confidence. When your tone sounds natural, the listener feels comfortable. Now we move to follow-up question drills, because questions reduce silence gaps. If someone says, I started learning Spanish last year, you can respond quickly. That makes sense. Why did you choose Spanish? Rising intonation at Spanish. Let your voice lift gently. Or ask, how is it going? Stress going slightly. These small questions move the conversation forward. Practice this pattern, reaction plus question. Someone says, I changed jobs recently. You say, I see what you mean. What made you change? Reaction plus question. Someone says, I am training for a marathon. You respond, oh wow, that is impressive. How often do you train? This pattern builds flow because you are not stuck thinking about long answers. Now let's do a live practice simulation. Imagine I say, I visited my family last weekend. Catch visited and family. Respond quickly. That sounds nice. Where do they live? I answer, they live in another city. You respond, I see. How far is it from here? Notice how you are thinking while listening. You are not waiting for the other person to finish and then starting from zero. You are preparing your reaction while they speak. Here is another simulation. I say, I had a difficult meeting today. Catch difficult and meeting. You respond, oh really? What happened? I say, my manager gave me tough feedback. You respond, that makes sense. What did you learn from it? Each time you react and ask, you reduce silence gaps. The conversation feels smooth and confident. One important mindset shift here. Stop trying to prepare perfect answers while the other person is still talking. Instead, focus on understanding the main idea. Let your first reaction be simple, then build from there. When you remove the pressure of perfection, your thinking becomes faster. Now I want you to practice this today in a real conversation. Focus on three things. Catch keywords. Use one quick reaction phrase. Ask one follow-up question. Do not worry about advanced vocabulary. Worry about timing. Worry about flow. Thinking while listening is a higher-level fluency skill because it combines comprehension and response at the same time. But you are ready for it. You have already trained speed. You have trained rhythm. Now you are training integration. Stay engaged with this practice. The more you use reaction plus question, the more natural it becomes. Silence will no longer feel scary. You will feel in control. And when you feel in control, confidence grows automatically. Chapter 15. Emotional Storytelling. Now we go deeper. Not just structure, not just speed, not just survival English. This is where your voice becomes memorable. Emotional storytelling is the difference between speaking correctly and speaking powerfully. When you add feeling, tone, and personality, people lean in. They listen longer. They connect with you. And when you connect with people, your English feels natural instead of mechanical. Let's begin with simple emotion words that transform a basic story into something alive. Suddenly, honestly, surprisingly, these small words carry energy. They change rhythm. They create movement. Listen to the difference. I walked into the room. Suddenly, everyone looked at me. That word suddenly creates tension. It pulls the listener forward. Or try this. Honestly, I was not prepared for what happened next. The word honestly adds vulnerability. It feels personal and surprisingly signals something unexpected. Surprisingly, the interview went really well. These words are not complicated, but they add color and personality. Now let's practice tone variation because emotional storytelling lives in your voice. Say this sentence flat. I was proud of myself. Now say it with emotion. I was proud of myself. Stress proud. Let your voice fall at the end. That falling tone signals confidence. Now try a difficult moment. I felt embarrassed. Let embarrassed soften. Lower your volume slightly. I felt embarrassed. Hear the difference. Tone carries meaning even when vocabulary is simple. Here is something powerful. When you vary tone, your brain feels more engaged. Instead of focusing only on grammar, you focus on expression. That focus reduces anxiety because you are telling a story, not taking a test. Now let's move into a personal memory exercise. Think of a proud moment in your life. Maybe you passed an exam. Maybe you completed a project. Maybe you helped someone. Start with a clear beginning. Last year, I finished my first big presentation at work. Add emotion. Honestly, I was very nervous before it started. Then build movement. Suddenly, I realized I knew the material well. Add result. Surprisingly, the audience clapped at the end. Finish with feeling. I felt proud and relieved. Notice how the emotion words and tone create flow. Now think of a difficult moment. This builds depth in storytelling. Maybe you made a mistake. Maybe you felt disappointed. Start with context. A few months ago, I missed an important deadline. Add emotion. Honestly, I felt embarrassed and frustrated. Add change. Then, I decided to fix my mistake. Add result. Surprisingly, my manager appreciated my honesty. End with feeling. In the end, I felt stronger. See how structured emotion creates a full arc. Beginning, tension, change, resolution. Let's talk about intonation patterns because they shape emotional impact. Rising intonation often shows curiosity or uncertainty. Really? Did that happen? Falling intonation shows certainty and completion. I did it. I finished the project. Emotional storytelling uses both. When building suspense, your tone may rise slightly. Suddenly, the lights went out, then drop at the end to show finality. I was completely shocked. That movement keeps listeners engaged. Now let's practice a guided speak along. Listen first. Yesterday, I had an important meeting. Honestly, I was nervous at first. Suddenly, my manager asked me a difficult question. For a moment, I felt embarrassed. But then, I answered confidently. Surprisingly, the meeting went very well, and I felt proud when it ended. Hear the stress on important words. Nervous, difficult, confidently, proud. Now say it slowly with me, focusing on tone variation. Then say it again at natural speed. Feel the rhythm. Feel the emotional rise and fall. Here is something crucial. Emotional storytelling does not require advanced vocabulary. It requires intention. You can use simple words like happy, sad, nervous, excited, proud. What matters is how you say them and how you structure your story. Now imagine you are telling a friend about your week. Instead of saying it was good, add depth. Honestly, it was stressful at first, but surprisingly everything worked out. That sentence feels human. It shows personality. Let's challenge you further. Think of one memory and tell it for 1 full minute. Use at least one emotion word. Use tone variation. Stress keywords. Let your voice move naturally. Do not rush. Do not whisper. Speak clearly and confidently. When you combine emotion words, tone variation, and structured flow, your storytelling becomes engaging. People remember how you made them feel, not just what you said. And when you feel expressive in English, you begin to feel ownership of the language. Stay with this training because expressive thinking builds advanced fluency. You are no longer just speaking to communicate, you are speaking to connect. And connection is powerful. Chapter 16. Work Situation Thinking. Step into the meeting room with me for a second. People are sitting around the table, laptops are open, someone is presenting, and suddenly you realize it is your turn to speak. This is where thinking clearly in English really matters. Work situations are different from casual conversations because your ideas must sound organized, confident, and professional. But here is the powerful truth. Workplace English does not require complicated vocabulary. It requires structure, clarity, and calm confidence. And today we are training exactly that. Let's start with essential meeting phrases because meetings move quickly. If you wait too long, the topic changes. You need simple, strong entry sentences. Say this with me. I think we should. Stress think and should. I think we should review the numbers again. Notice how the small words are softer. That rhythm makes your idea sound natural and confident. Now try another one. Could we consider a different approach? Stress consider an approach. Keep could softer but clear. That phrase sounds respectful and professional. Here is another powerful phrase. I have a suggestion. Stress suggestion on the second syllable. Suggestion. I have a suggestion about the timeline. When you start with these clear frames, your brain feels organized. You are not searching for how to begin. You already have the structure. Now let's move into problem-solving English because workplaces always involve challenges. Imagine a situation where a project is delayed. You can say, there seems to be an issue with the schedule. Stress seems an issue. Keep the tone calm. This sentence does not blame anyone. It sounds neutral and professional. Then move forward with action. Let's fix this together. Stress fix. That phrase shows teamwork and solution focus. Here is something important. When expressing problems, keep your tone steady. Falling tone at the end shows control. There seems to be an issue. Let's fix this. If your tone rises at the end of statements, it may sound unsure. Practice speaking with confident falling tone in statements. Now we add clarification questions because meetings often move fast. If you do not understand something, ask clearly. Could you clarify that point? Stress clarify and point. Or say, can you explain that again? These short questions protect you from confusion and show that you are engaged. Asking questions is not weakness, it is professionalism. Let's practice a quick meeting simulation. Someone says, the deadline has changed. You respond, I see. Could we consider adjusting the timeline? That is clear and structured. Someone says, sales numbers dropped last quarter. You respond, there seems to be an issue with marketing. I have a suggestion. Let's review our strategy. Notice how you are thinking in sequence. Reaction, idea, solution. Now let's move to email thinking simulation because workplace communication is not only spoken, it is written. Before writing an email, think in English clearly. Ask yourself 3 questions. What is the purpose? What is the main message? What action do I want? For example, you want to request information. Think first. Purpose is to ask for details. Main message is deadline clarification. Action is response by Friday. Now build the email mentally. I am writing to clarify the deadline for the project. Could you confirm if it is still Friday? Thank you for your help. That mental organization makes writing easier. Notice how thinking before writing reduces stress. Instead of typing randomly and correcting many times, you structure your idea in your mind first. That is workplace fluency. Clear thought leads to clear communication. Let's connect rhythm again because even professional English has music. I think we should move forward. Stress think, should, forward. Reduce small words. Let it flow naturally. In American English, professionalism does not mean stiffness, it means clarity with rhythm. Now I want to reinforce something very important. You belong in the room. Many learners feel small in workplace settings because English is not their first language. But your ideas matter. Your experience matters. English is simply the tool you use to share that value. Confidence grows when structure supports you. When you know how to begin a sentence, how to present a problem, and how to suggest a solution, fear reduces. You are not guessing, you are communicating with intention. Here is your practice challenge. Create 3 workplace sentences today. 1 opinion. I think we should improve communication. 1 problem. There seems to be an issue with delivery times. 1 suggestion. Could we consider a new strategy? Say them out loud. Practice stress and falling tone. Work situation thinking is not about speaking fast. It is about speaking clearly and confidently. When your thoughts are organized, your words follow smoothly, and when your words flow smoothly, your presence grows stronger. Stay with this practice because real fluency shows up in real-life situations like meetings and emails. You are building that strength step by step. Chapter 17. Debate without fear. Let's change the energy in the room. Imagine someone says something you disagree with. Your heart beats a little faster. You want to respond, but you are afraid. What if your English is not strong enough? What if you sound rude? What if you freeze? This is where real fluency meets courage. Debate without fear does not mean arguing aggressively. It means expressing your opinion clearly, politely, and confidently. And yes, you can train that skill. Many learners avoid disagreement because they think it requires advanced vocabulary. It does not. It requires structure and tone control. If you have the right phrases, your brain feels safe. When your brain feels safe, your words come out smoothly. Let's begin with soft disagreement phrases, because tone is everything. Say this with me. I see your point, but stress. See and point. I see your point, but. That phrase shows respect before disagreement. It reduces tension immediately. Now try this one. I'm not sure I agree. Stress. Sure and agree. I'm not sure I agree. Notice how calm it sounds. You are not attacking. You are expressing doubt politely. Here is something powerful. The word but shifts direction. It creates contrast. I see your point, but I think we need more information. That structure protects the conversation. It shows that you listened first. Listening plus responding equals confidence. Now let's build a simple structure for opinions. 3 parts. I believe. Because, for example. That is it. Start with your belief. I believe online learning can be effective. Then give a reason, because it allows flexibility and access. Then give an example. For example, many students can study from home and save time. This structure organizes your thinking and prevents rambling. Let's practice with another topic. Remote work. I believe remote work increases productivity because people can focus without distractions. For example, employees can manage their time better at home. Notice how clear that sounds. You are not searching for words randomly, you are following a path. Now let's connect rhythm and tone. In American English, stress important words to show conviction. IBE live. Remote work increases productivity. You do not need to stress every word, but highlight key ideas. Use a confident falling tone at the end of statements. It shows certainty. When you disagree politely, keep your voice calm and steady. Calm voice equals strong presence. Here is something crucial. Staying calm under pressure is part of debate fluency. When someone challenges your idea, your body may react. Your voice may rise, but control your breath. Slow down slightly. Use structure. I understand your perspective, but I see it differently because of this reason. For example, structure protects you from emotional reaction. Now we move into a practice topic round. I will give you a topic and you build a structured response. Topic 1. Social media is harmful. Respond. I see your point, but I'm not sure I agree. I believe social media can be positive because it connects people across the world. For example, families can stay in touch easily. That is clear and balanced. Topic 2. School should start later in the day. Respond. I believe starting school later is beneficial because students need enough sleep to focus. For example, many teenagers struggle to wake up early. Notice how you use the formula naturally. Topic 3. Technology makes life easier. Respond. I see your point, but I think it depends. I believe technology helps with communication because we can share information quickly. For example, video calls connect people globally. That structure allows flexibility. You are not trapped. You are thinking critically. Here is something exciting. When you practice debate structure, you are not just improving English, you are training critical thinking. You learn to organize ideas logically. You learn to support opinions with reasons. That skill works in interviews, meetings, and everyday conversations. Now imagine someone interrupts you. Stay calm. Finish your sentence. Use a falling tone at the end. Then invite them in. What do you think? That shows confidence and openness. Debate without fear is not about winning. It is about expressing ideas respectfully and clearly. When you remove fear of disagreement, your English becomes stronger because you are no longer limiting yourself to safe, neutral responses. Here is your challenge. Choose one topic today and practice the three-step structure 3 times. First slowly, then naturally, then confidently. Focus on stress and tone. Keep your voice steady. Let your ideas flow. Remember this: fluency is not only about describing your day, it is about defending your ideas. And when you can do that calmly and clearly, you feel powerful. Chapter 18. Fluency Psychology Reset. Something deeper than grammar has been holding you back. It is not vocabulary. It is not pronunciation. It is not intelligence. It is psychology. The way you think about your English shapes the way you speak. If you believe you must be perfect before you open your mouth, your brain tightens, your breathing changes, your thoughts slow down, and suddenly, even simple sentences feel heavy. Today we reset that mindset completely. Let's be honest. Perfection blocks fluency. When you aim for perfect grammar, perfect pronunciation, and perfect vocabulary at the same time, your brain becomes overloaded. It starts editing before speaking. It checks every word. It hesitates. That hesitation grows into fear, and fear turns into silence. But real communication does not require perfection. It requires clarity and courage. Think about conversations in your own language. Do you speak perfectly every time? Of course not. You repeat words. You change direction. You make small mistakes. But communication still works. Why? Because the message is clear. Fluency is about message delivery, not flawless structure. Now I want to introduce you to something powerful: the 70% rule. If your message is 70% clear, you win. That means if the other person understands most of what you say, communication is successful. You do not need 100% perfect grammar to succeed in conversation. If someone understands your idea, your story, your opinion, you have achieved the goal. Imagine you say, "Yesterday I go to the store and buy food." Grammar is not perfect, but the message is clear. The listener understands you. According to the 70% rule, you win. The goal is not grammar trophies. The goal is connection. Now let's reframe mistakes. Instead of seeing mistakes as proof that you are weak, See them as proof that you are practicing. Every time you speak and make a small error, your brain receives feedback. That feedback strengthens the pathway. Silence does not build strength. Speaking builds strength. Let's do a mistake reframing exercise. Think of a recent moment when you felt embarrassed about your English. Maybe you forgot a word. Maybe you mispronounced something. Now ask yourself 3 questions. Did the person still understand me? Did the conversation continue? Did I survive? Most of the time, the answer is yes. That means the mistake was not dangerous. It felt bigger in your mind than in reality. Now shift the internal voice. Instead of saying, I sounded stupid, say, I am improving. Instead of thinking, my English is bad, think, my English is growing. Language is a skill. Skills improve with repetition, not fear. Now we move into a visualization drill because the brain responds strongly to mental images. Close your eyes and see yourself speaking confidently. See yourself in a meeting. You are explaining an idea clearly. Your voice is steady. Your body is relaxed. People are listening. Now imagine yourself in a casual conversation. You respond quickly. You smile. You use simple words, but they flow naturally. That image is powerful because your brain does not fully separate imagination from experience. The more you visualize confidence, the more familiar it feels. Visualization is not magic, it is preparation. Athletes use it before competitions. Speakers use it before presentations. You can use it before conversations. See success before you speak. Feel calm before you respond. This mental practice reduces fear dramatically. Now let's connect this to tone and rhythm. When you accept imperfection, your voice relaxes. Relaxed voice equals smoother rhythm. Smooth rhythm equals stronger fluency. Fear creates tension. Tension blocks flow. Remove fear, and flow returns naturally. Here is something important. Speaking bravely does not mean speaking loudly or aggressively. It means speaking even when you are not completely sure. It means trusting your training. It means allowing small imperfections while focusing on clear meaning. Let's say this together with conviction. I do not need perfect English. I need clear English. Say it again. I do not need perfect English. I need brave English. Feel that shift. Feel that energy. Now imagine your next real conversation. Instead of thinking, what if I make a mistake? Think, I will communicate clearly. Instead of thinking, I must impress them, think, I will connect with them. That change in mindset transforms your experience. Fluency Psychology Reset is about freedom. Freedom from unrealistic standards. Freedom from silent fear. Freedom to express yourself. Here is your challenge today. Speak for 1 minute about any topic without stopping to correct yourself. Let mistakes exist. Focus on clarity and flow. Afterward, reflect. Was the message understandable? Did you survive? That exercise trains courage. Remember this: fluency is not a perfect performance, it is a brave process. Every time you choose to speak instead of staying silent, you strengthen your identity as an English speaker. Briefly. Stay with this mindset because the final chapters will bring everything together. You have structure, you have rhythm, you have speed. Now you have psychological strength. That combination creates unstoppable progress. Chapter 19. 3-Minute Free Talk. This is the moment where everything comes together. Not theory, not small drills, not short bursts. This is real speaking time. 3 full minutes. No stopping, no translating, no apologizing. Just you, your thoughts, and your voice moving forward in English. If that sounds scary, good. That means growth is about to happen. Up until now, you have built structure, rhythm, speed, and confidence. You learned how to think in images. You practiced emotional vocabulary. You trained yourself to accept imperfection. Now we integrate it all into one powerful exercise. The 3-minute free talk is not about sounding perfect. It is about staying in motion. First, we choose a topic. Keep it personal because personal topics are easier to speak about. My city, my goal, my challenge. These are powerful because they connect to real experience. You are not inventing complicated ideas. You are describing your life. Let's take the first one. My city. Immediately your brain should picture streets, buildings, people, weather. Do not translate. See images. Now use a simple structured thinking framework. Where is it? What is it like? What do people do there? How do you feel about it? That framework keeps your brain organized while your mouth keeps moving. Here is an example guided version. Listen to the rhythm and stress. I live in a busy city in the north. It is known for its markets and beautiful parks. Many people work in technology and education. The streets are crowded in the morning, but at night they feel calm and peaceful. I really love my city because it feels alive and full of opportunity. Notice how ideas connect smoothly. Short sentences mix with longer ones. The rhythm rises and falls naturally. Content words are stressed. Busy city, beautiful parks, crowded streets. That stress creates clarity. Now let's build your structure step by step. Opening sentence. I live in, then add description. It is known for. Then daily life. People usually. Then personal feeling. I feel. That simple path prevents blank moments. Now topic 2. My goal. This is powerful because goals carry emotion. Start with clarity. One of my biggest goals right now is. Then explain why. I want this because. Then explain your plan. To achieve this, I am. Finally, share how it makes you feel. I feel motivated when I think about it. Notice how that structure naturally creates 3 minutes of content. Here is a guided mini version. One of my biggest goals right now is improving my English fluency. I want this because I know it will open doors in my career and personal life. To achieve this, I practice speaking every day, and I record myself weekly. Even when I make mistakes, I continue. I feel proud when I see progress. That is structured thinking in action. Now topic 3. My challenge. This one builds psychological strength. Start honestly. One challenge I face is. Then explain the situation. Sometimes I struggle because. Then describe your response. However, I am working on it by. End with hope. I believe I will overcome it. That pattern turns struggle into growth. Now we move into timed speaking practice. First guided. I will count silently in your mind. Imagine a timer for 3 minutes. For the first minute, focus on description. Second minute, focus on detail and examples. Third minute, focus on emotion and reflection. That division helps your brain stay organized. When you speak, remember American rhythm. Stress content words. Reduce small words. My city is very busy in the morning. Feel that pulse. It keeps your speech alive. Use natural linking. It's a big city. It's a big city. Let sounds connect smoothly. If you freeze, do not stop. Use bridge phrases. Let me think about that. That's a good question. What I mean is, these keep the rhythm moving while your brain catches up. Silence is normal, but long silence creates panic. Short filler phrases maintain flow. Now, independent round. Choose your topic. Set a real timer. Speak for 3 minutes without stopping. No editing, no restarting. If you make a grammar mistake, continue. If you forget a word, describe it differently. This is survival fluency. This is confidence training. After you finish, reflect. Did you complete 3 minutes? Did your ideas connect logically? Did your rhythm feel smoother after 1 minute? Most learners notice something surprising. The first 30 seconds feel hard. After 1 minute, flow begins. After 2 minutes, confidence grows. The brain adapts quickly when you refuse to stop. This exercise integrates structure, survival language, and fluency psychology. You are thinking in English. You are organizing ideas. You are managing rhythm. And most importantly, you are speaking bravely. Here is something important. 3 minutes may not sound long, but in conversation it feels powerful. If you can speak clearly for 3 minutes on a topic, interviews feel easier, meetings feel safer, social conversations feel natural. This is real transformation. Let's anchor this with energy. Say it with me. I can speak for 3 minutes. I can think naturally. I control my rhythm. Feel that certainty. It is not fake confidence. It is trained confidence. Your assignment today is simple but strong. Record one 3-minute free talk. Listen back. Notice improvement areas, but also notice strengths. Celebrate clarity. Celebrate flow. Progress grows when you recognize it. You are not the person who translated every word anymore. You are someone who structures ideas, moves forward through mistakes, and controls rhythm intentionally. That is advanced fluency development happening in real time. One more time, 3 minutes. No fear, clear message, brave voice. Keep going. You are building something powerful. Chapter 20. You now think in English. Pause for a second and feel this. You made it to the final chapter. That is not small. That means you stayed, you practiced, you pushed through discomfort, and something has shifted inside you. You are not the same learner who started this training. Your brain is faster, your rhythm is smoother, your fear is lower. This is your integration moment. Now we bring everything together in one full 5-minute guided speech. This is not about memorizing. This is about flowing naturally using structure, emotion, story, and opinion. I will guide you through it step by step, and you will feel the transformation happening in real time. We begin with routine. Start simple and grounded. This morning I woke up at 7 and checked my phone. I felt a little sleepy, but I knew I had things to do. After breakfast, I started my work and organized my tasks for the day. Keep it clear, keep it steady. Stress important words. Woke up, checked my phone, started my work. Let your voice move naturally. Notice how you are not translating. You are describing life directly in English. Now, add emotion. Even though I felt tired, I also felt motivated because I am working toward my goals. Sometimes I feel nervous about speaking English, but I remind myself that progress matters more than perfection. Feel the tone soften when you talk about emotions. Stress emotional words gently. Motivated, nervous, progress. Your voice carries feeling now, not just information. Now move into story. Last week I had a moment that made me proud. I was in a conversation and I did not freeze. I made small mistakes, but I kept going. The other person understood me and we laughed together. That moment showed me that I am improving. Notice the sequence. Last week, I made. That moment showed me. Your thoughts are organized automatically now because you trained them. Now shift to opinion. I believe learning to think in English is more important than memorizing grammar rules. Because when you think directly in English, your speech becomes natural and confident. For example, when I stopped translating every sentence, my speaking speed increased and my fear decreased. Hear the structure. I believe because. For example, that framework is part of you now. That 5-minute speech integrates routine, emotion, story, and opinion. It is powerful because it reflects real communication, and you just moved through it smoothly. Now let's reflect. Before this training, how did you speak? Maybe you paused a lot. Maybe you translated silently. Maybe your voice felt tight. After this training, what changed? You speak in chunks. You stress key words. You accept small mistakes. You keep moving. That is transformation. Before, you might have thought, I cannot do this. After, you think, I am improving every day. Before, you feared silence. After, you manage silence with confidence. That shift is psychological and practical at the same time. Now let's sharpen your accent one last time. Remember thought groups. Do not speak word by word. Group ideas together. This morning I woke up at 7. Pause. After breakfast, I started my work. Grouping creates natural American rhythm. Stress content words. Reduce small words. I want to keep improving my English. Feel the pulse. Want. Keep. Improving English. Small words soften naturally. That rhythm makes you sound smoother instantly. Practice reduction naturally. I'm gonna keep practicing. I wanna speak confidently. I gotta trust the process. These reductions are not slang mistakes. They are natural American speech patterns. Use them comfortably when appropriate. Link sounds smoothly. It's a good idea becomes, it's a good idea. I'll ask her becomes, I'll ask her. Smooth linking creates flow and reduces choppiness. But remember this clearly. Accent improvement supports confidence, but confidence does not depend on perfect accent. Clear message matters more than native sound. Now here is your emotional breakthrough moment. Say this out loud. I think in English now. Maybe not perfectly, maybe not every second, but you do it more than before. That is real change. Your brain has built new pathways. When you see a door, you think door. When you feel excited, you think excited. When someone asks you a question, you respond faster. That is thinking in English. You do not need perfect English. You need clear English. You need brave English. Say it with energy. I do not need perfect English. I need clear English. I need brave English. Look at how far you have come. You can speak for 3 minutes. You can tell stories. You can express opinions. You can survive travel situations. You can handle interviews. You can debate politely. That is not beginner energy anymore. That is developing fluency. The transformation is not magic, it is training, and you showed up for it. From this point forward, keep your 5-minute daily habit. Keep free talking. Keep accepting imperfection. Keep stressing content words and reducing small ones. Keep moving forward even when it feels uncomfortable. You are not chasing perfection. You are building clarity. You are building courage. You are building identity as an English speaker.